Well, as most of you probably already know, today is National Ceiling Fan Day. Essentially what today is dedicated to is to not rely so heavily on your AC and put those fans to good use. Now, obviously we can't all afford to turn our ACs off because it's just too hot, but turning the thermostat down a couple of degrees isn't going to kill you, and it makes a big difference. Anyways, here in the living room we do still have the Casablanca Venus. This has just been a really big hit between friends and family, and I couldn't bring myself to replacing it. It just seems like a perfect match, and everyone seems to love it. It gets pretty heavy use throughout the season. This is probably the first time it's been off. Probably the whole season, actually. This is the first time I can remember anyways. But yeah, just really looks really nice in here. It's probably one of the coolest Casablanca designs that was offered. Regardless of what other collectors say, I think it's really cool. For a window fan, we have this little Lakewood, I believe, in like, no, okay, it's not avocado. Anyways, yeah, have a little Lakewood. This gets heavy use as well. It's used a lot for bringing air on cooler nights. We tend to use it on low speed, given that it is kind of loud. Really good working fan though. Let's show it. It is still being operated on this W11. I don't know if I've shown this or not, but I did manage to patch up the wall, so it looks at least halfway decent now. Show the up light. Here in the kitchen, we do still have the Verde Casablanca Panama 5. Another really is just a match made in heaven. I mean, just everything about it looks really good in here. The Verde finish matches are like baby blue countertops, because I guess that's a thing they did in the 90s. And antique oak blades really go well with our cabinets. Obviously, I put the antique oak on because I think originally it had pine. And it had different shades too, but I think these shades are really cool. Anyways, another one of my favorite things in here. And depending on lighting, it does actually change color. So right now it's more of like a greenish color, but with natural light. But if I use normal light, like artificial light, it looks more blue. Over here, we have this GEW 3 or 2. This is something that I got for practically a steal at the Restore many months ago. This has been a pretty, I'd say I was a pretty heavy used fan. We only use it on cooler nights when we're eating dinner when the AC is off. Usually use it on low, because it is, again, kind of a loud fan. Something that actually is really nice about these older fans, they have nice long cords, because you don't have a outlet adjacent to the door. Over here we have another GE Vortelex. This fan is pretty much inoperable. It runs fine, but the blade hub is totally unusable. One of these days, if I was to use it, one of those blades would definitely go flying. Here in the hallway, we do still have the Hunter bath and dressing room. As you probably noticed, I did do a little bit of renovations. Added 4 halo can lights from Menards. Moved the bath and dressing room down, took the light kit off and flush mounted it. Used to reside right where the smoke detector is, but I thought that was actually a perfect place instead of putting a junction box cover over it, I figured the smoke detector would do just fine. It's actually a really perfect spot for it, given that it does have a night light. Anyways, onto the fan. It is on just this 4-speed control. Usually gets left on a either low or high, or low or medium when the AC is on, or if we have the window fans on, just to kind of even out the temperature from the bedrooms to the living spaces. Over here in my parents' bedroom, I have reinstalled the Casablanca Stealth in weathered brass. This is probably one of my favorite fans I ever installed in here. It was just a perfect match, much like the Panama. I'm kind of starting to see a trend there with the oak, as we do have a lot of it in here. Oak blades go very nicely with the bed set, and the brass. There's a little bit of brass accents on their headboard and hinges and stuff with the recessed lights. But yeah, since I got that white Stealth, I took the globe from that and put it on here. The board was a little finicky on this, so I swapped the board as well. It wasn't unusable, but I figured since I'm installing it, I'd rather it be perfect. It is still being controlled by a W11. Haven't gotten around to changing that yet, but I haven't had any issues. I just think it's a really cool finish that they did. It's not polished brass, it's not antique brass, it's kind of like middle of the line. Not that it's really interesting, but they also have one of these little Holmes dual 2-speed window fans that I swear everyone I know has at least one of, and I think a lot of collectors have them too. It's just a really soothing fan to fall asleep to, so. Plus they're cheap. Over here in my bedroom, we have the weathered brick Hunter Original. Decided to give the Panama a little bit of a rest and installed this. This has been getting some seriously heavy use. Been on between medium and high the last couple of weeks, as I haven't really been feeling the greatest, but actually today I'm not doing too bad. I don't know if they were going for more of a bronze finish on this, or if they were just kind of doing their own thing, but I love it either way. It's just a really cool rustic color. Yeah. Especially in natural light. It looks really nice with natural light, especially in a sunnier room. Goes really nicely with my bedroom. The bed set and everything. Also have this GET3. Hasn't really gotten any use lately, given that the right hub actually has a balance issue, so it is rather noisy, but I'll demonstrate it anyways. I also have this Sanyo that I've been using in its place. So this has been kind of the workhorse lately. And it does its job very nicely. One thing that I do love about these, not only the design, but they're actually a very quiet fan. I also have this really nice mid-century lamp. So pretty much silent on low, but I tend to use it on high or medium. Pushes a good amount of air, and it's fairly silent for a 12-inch. Typically these can be a little louder. Have the original controlled on a variable speed control. Usually it does sit at about medium. A little buzzy, but nothing that I can't handle. Also have this other pretty cool lamp. I don't know if I guess I'd consider it mid-century, along with the Baby Breeze and renovation pen. It just so happened to be laying there. Over here in the closet, which is temporary but also not temporary, we have the polished brass 5-blade Zephyrs, the antique brass Panama 2s. This is just miscellaneous parts for now, but eventually I'll fill this whole shelf with fans. Got some glassware, the Baby Breeze box, the Homestead Atlantises, Victorian 2, Comfort Touch Panama either 5 or 2, I don't remember. I also have this spare mattress for when friends and family come over. You have the black and chrome and polished brass Saturn. There's a Victorian in there, but you can't really see it. Here's the Panama that used to reside in my room. The Avalon, the 5-blade Four Seasons, Raphael, Starlit, Athenian, other Athenian, Brown Original, White Original, Nickel Original, Ventura, black chrome and chrome Saturn, polished brass and polished copper Panama, and the Metropolitan. Where I got all the blades. Anyways, here in my sister's room, I have installed the Ventura. This was a Habitat find for very cheap. Just kind of threw it together from blades I got in another Habitat. I'll see I got from Jeff, and well, the motor and glassware I got at the same Habitat, same time. Blades I got at a different Habitat. Light kit I got from the Next Generation Aria, and yeah. It is on an LCA due to it being, well, mounted next to a bunk bed, but haven't had any issues yet. They do typically use this on the higher speeds. I don't think I've ever seen it on this low of a speed. I think the lowest I've seen was like speed 3, and that doesn't happen often, so it's usually between speed 4, speed 5, and sometimes speed 6. Yeah, that just goes really nicely with my room. Over here we have the Casablanca Zephyr. It's a really cool fan too. He's on a 3-way configuration. Another one of my favorite installs. Here's the other switch. Really like how it looks with the shelves there. I think that looks kind of cool. Here in the laundry room, this will come out automatically with the lights. You have this Evergo Leslie lock. Put this in here because it does get rather toasty. Also installed some can lights. You may also notice I put some drywall in here, so it's more or less a finished room. Kind of jerry-rigged in here, but it doesn't look too terrible. I think I left the garage fans on, so let me be right back. Well, enough about that. As for the garage fans, we have the 2 Dayton ring fans installed. think it makes the garage more or less complete. They look really good in here. They match nicely. Paint anyways, because brand new garage paint and then a brand new paint on the fans. It actually just kind of all ties together. Got them running over here on an 81220 4-speed slide control, Kichler. And as for over here in the back, we have the two Can-Arm CP36s over the workbench area. I did shorten the down rods because I needed some clearance, just because 18-inch down rod would be way too low over here. I mean, they fit and I could walk under them, but still wasn't worth the risk. This does clear the door though, so pretty easily too, so I'm pretty glad about that. As you can see, I added the stripe to this one. It was just bothering me having one with a stripe and one without, plus I think they look a little more complete with the stripe. Over here on a 4-speed Casablanca rotary control. Usually when I'm out here, they'll be on more or less a lower speed. If I'm working, they'll be on like usually like medium low, medium high. If I'm like cleaning up or whatever, they'll be on, everything will probably be on like a medium low or medium high. Because if they're on high, it just blows all the dust everywhere. While those are speeding up, go take a look at the test mount. Right now I just have it on J-hook mount because I did the Can-Arm last. Just on a wire mold. Right now I have it on a 4-speed Casablanca rotary control, much like the ones that the Can-Arms are on. Over here, this door open. Oh, there we go. We have my mess. Really is what it is. Got the veranda over there. Kind of hard to see it. Delta 2, Panama 5, Designer, Universal's back there somewhere. Artisan and Brisky are in there. I don't think you really see Artisan though. The Progress Lighting Apollo, and there's actually a Laguna in there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. And as for this side, I actually did get around to organizing most of it. I'm not totally done, as you can see from the other side, but got the Flick Four Seasons, Chrome Decoratives, Slumber, Quiet Zephyr, and Victorian. Oh, sorry about that after I got rudely interrupted. Anyways, those are the fans in my house. Hope you guys have a wonderful National Ceiling Fan Day. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.